So this drawing is the indexing base. I'm going to use a lot of layout for this one. I want to lay out these two circles that are concentric. So we're going to use the same center here. Then we're going to have to lay out a construction line going up to the top at 30 degrees over, and then another construction line that's 60 degrees off of the angle 270. So, well, or actually from this 0 over to 60. So let's go ahead and lay out the two circles. I'm going to start with a circle diameter of 1.5 inches. I'm going to put that at 0, 0, and 1.5 for the diameter. The other one has a circle radius of 3, sharing the same center point, so make sure that you point to the outside of your circle and then move your mouse to the inside, and that will locate the center of the first diameter. So that radius is 3, right? So all of these lines are coming off of the top of the circle at that quadrant point. So I'm going to start right there by laying out that first angle. Okay, so it's 30 degrees off of 90. So we have to take 90 and add 30 to it. So I'm going to make the length of that line, I'm going to go ahead and make it 6 inches, since that outside arc is also 6 inches with a radius. So I'm going to type in 6 and then hit tab, and 90 plus 30 is 120. And that's going to be the first location point. The next one I'm going to do, same point. I'm going to keep it with 6 inches long. Hit the tab button, and it's going to be 90 plus 60, which is a total of 150. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and locate the two arcs. The center point for the 4-inch and the 6-inch radius is this intersection point right here at where those two meet. It is not this little crosshair right here, that little center mark. That center mark is for this circle right here that is the tan radius that will come to play later. So make sure that you know that the center point for these circles are going to be that end point, or the top of that circle at the quadrant point. So I'm going to go to my circle command, circle radius, pick that as my center point, and I'm going to lay out the first circle, which is 6 inches, and that should be tangent to this outside part of that bottom circle. Another circle with a 4-inch radius, all right, and that circle right there intersects these two lines right here, and that is the location for the circles that we're going to draw next. Alright, so the next two circles that we're drawing, we're going to have 1.5 inches diameter, and they're going to be located on that 4-inch, which is this one right here. I'm going to just change that to red. That is that's the center point for those two circles, and it's at that intersection where the line and the circle meet. So I'm going to draw two more circles with a diameter of 1.5. I'm using the 1.5 diameter because that slot is going to be 1.5 inches wide. So 1.5 diameter. That point, 1.5 diameter. And then I'm going to go now and draw the other circles for that. So I can do two different things. I can use the radius, and I can go up to that intersection. This is one method. It's usually the easiest method. And then I'm going to trim that away. So I'm going to use the trim button. For this one, I'm going to pick this line, and this line is my boundary. So that way I don't have to pick trim so many different times, because there's a lot of stuff going on over here. So I'm just going to pick those outside arcs, and that's going to trim it back perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and erase that red, or that center line there. You did not need to turn that to red, but I'm just using that for a visual. And then I'm going to trim with that boundary. I'm going to pick the other side of this arc here. Right. So I'm going to erase, I can erase these lines now. Alright, the next circle I'm going to draw is a 2-inch radius, and it's going to share the same center point as the circle that we have right here. So that is a 2-inch radius. And then I'm going to do a tan radius right here with that 1 inch. So tan radius, pick this circle here, pick somewhere down here, type in the radius of 1 inch, and there we go. So I'm going to trim that. So use the trim button. This time I'm going to hit enter, make everything trimmable. So I'm going to get rid of that part. I'm going to get rid of this outside piece. I'm going to pick this 3 times, get rid of that, get rid of this. Just trimming all this stuff back so that way we end up with our indexing base.